Greetings, fellow wanderers through the ages of Middle-earth. Today we delve into a tale of heroism, tragedy, and the relentless malice of Morgoth, the story of Túrin Turambar, the ill-fated hero of the First Age. This epic saga, found in the Silmarillion and expanded in The Children of Húrin, showcases some of Tolkien's darkest and most powerful writing. So gather close and let us unravel this tragic tale of curse, courage, and catastrophe. Our story begins in the dark days of the First Age, when Morgoth, the first Dark Lord, held much of Middle-earth in his iron grip. In those times lived Húrin, a great chieftain of men and ally to the elves in their war against Morgoth. Húrin had two children, Túrin, a son destined for both greatness and tragedy, and Érwin, called Lilith, a daughter whose laughter brought joy to all who heard it. But the shadow of Morgoth loomed ever present. In a great battle known as the Nirnath Arnediad, or the Battle of Unnumbered Tears, Húrin was captured by Morgoth's forces. Brought before the Dark Lord himself, Húrin defiantly refused to reveal the hidden location of the elven kingdom of Gondolin. Enraged, Morgoth placed a terrible curse upon Húrin and all his children. Behold, the shadow of my thoughts shall lie upon them wherever they go, and my hate shall pursue them to the ends of the world. With these words, Morgoth bound Húrin to a chair high upon the peaks of Thangorodrim, forcing him to watch as the curse unfolded upon his family. And thus begins the tragic tale of Túrin Turambar. Young Túrin, now fatherless, was sent by his mother Morwen to be fostered in the hidden elven realm of Doriath. There, under the protection of King Thingol and Queen Melian, Túrin grew to manhood, becoming a mighty warrior. But the curse of Morgoth worked in subtle ways. Túrin's pride and quick temper led him into conflict with Saros, one of Thingol's counselors. A tragic accident resulted in Saros's death, and Túrin, believing himself outlawed, fled Doriath. 4 years, Túrin wandered the wilds, joining a band of outlaws and taking on the name Niënor, the Wronged. His prowess in battle grew, as did his reputation. Yet always the shadow of Morgoth's curse followed him. In time, Túrin came to the fallen elven realm of Nargothrond. There he rose to high favor, becoming a chief counselor to King Orodreth. Túrin urged the elves to abandon their secretive ways and confront Morgoth's forces openly. Under his influence, a great bridge was built over the river Nerrig, allowing the armies of Nargothrond to march to war. But this act of pride would lead to downfall. Morgoth sent a great host led by the dragon Glaurung to Nargothrond. The bridge, meant to be a symbol of strength, instead provided a path for the enemy. Nargothrond fell, and in the chaos, Túrin was bewitched by Glaurung's evil magic. The dragon's spell caused Túrin to abandon his search for his mother and sister, who had left their homes seeking him. Instead, he went to Dorlamin, his childhood home, only to find it overrun by Easterlings in league with Morgoth. Meanwhile, Túrin's sister Niënor, now grown, set out with an elven party to seek news of her brother. They encountered Glaurung, and the dragon's foul enchantments wiped away all of Niënor's memories. Lost and confused, she fled into the wilderness. Fate, cruel and unrelenting, brought the amnesiac Niënor into the path of Túrin, who had taken on yet another name, Turambar, Master of Fate, in a vain attempt to defy Morgoth's curse. Neither recognizing the other, Túrin and Niënor fell in love and were married. For a brief time, it seemed that happiness might be possible. But the curse of Morgoth was not finished with the children of Húrin. Glaurung attacked their dwelling place, and Túrin, in a final act of heroism, slew the great dragon. But with its dying words, Glaurung revealed the terrible truth to Niënor, that she had wed her own brother. Horrified and heartbroken, Niënor threw herself into the raging waters of the river Taglin. When Túrin learned the truth, mad with grief and shame, he fell upon his own sword, Gurthang, the Iron of Death. So ended the life of Túrin Turambar, mighty warrior, tragic hero, and victim of Morgoth's unrelenting malice. But the tale has one final, bitter twist. For all these long years, Húrin had been forced to watch the tragedies that befell his children, unable to intervene, his mind twisted by Morgoth's lies. Finally released in his old age, Húrin came to the grave of his children. There he found his wife, Morwen, who had at last tracked down the fate of her son and daughter. As the sun set on that grievous day, Morwen died in Húrin's arms, her last words a question. Túrin, Túrin, where are you? The tale of Túrin Turambar stands as one of the most tragic in all of Tolkien's legendarium. It speaks to themes of fate, free will, and the long-reaching consequences of pride and wrath. Túrin, for all his might and courage, could never truly escape the curse laid upon his house. Yet in the end there is a glimmer of hope. For it is said that Túrin Turambar will return at the end of days to deal Morgoth a final fatal blow with his black sword Gurthang. In this way, perhaps the long tragedy of the children of Húrin will find some measure of redemption. As we reflect on this dark tale, we're reminded of the complex tapestry of fate and choice that Tolkien wove throughout his works. The story of Túrin raises profound questions. How much of our fate is determined by forces beyond our control? And how much is shaped by our own choices, our pride, our wrath, and our love? These are questions that echo through Tolkien's entire legendarium, from the tragic tale of Túrin to the heroic quests of Frodo and Aragorn. They remind us that even in a world shaped by the designs of great powers, the choices of individuals for good or ill can change the course of history. So, fellow explorers of Middle-earth, what do you think? Does the tale of Túrin Turambar change your perspective on fate and free will in Tolkien's world? How does this First Age tragedy compare to the more well-known stories of the Third Age? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, may your roads go ever on and on.